Welcome to STARCARD Podcast. Here at STARCARD Podcast, we get a glimpse at the age of Aquarius ahead of us. We also examine the worlds of education and workplace ethics. My name is Breakaway Ray. I like talking about the breakaway civilizations and breaking out of the one we're in now. You've tuned in to a live tarot throw. Today is September 2nd, 2025. Let's go right to the tarot cam and give you 5 cards. Here we go. So I want you to see the box that I'm using. This is the set that I've been using since I started podcasting here. There's a reason for that. And also I want you to see that the box is empty. There's no cards still left in the box. That's like an important thing. Okay, next. The tarot set, just about everyone, comes with a nifty book that tells you all about what the cards mean. And this is a very well-written book. It's very lovely. It's easy to read. It's fun to look at for sure. But what's even more fun for me is the cards themselves. Here's the World card. The cards themselves have the words written right on them and really expedites the learning process. So anyway, we're going to start shuffling and offer you 5 cards. Tarot World wants to make sure you get this message today. So this is for you. And I want to say good morning to Julia. Thank you, Julia, for joining us. I know it's not morning for you. All right, so this is for everyone who's watching. Whenever you're watching it, these 5 cards are for you. It's going to tell you about the energies around you, or maybe make you turn inward and analyze where that fuzzy feeling is coming from. In any case, it's going to be like a clue as to how to maneuver things so that things come to you with grace and ease. Please show us what we need to see. Please tell us what we need to hear. Well, there's a bunch. Yeah, I could have read all those right there. But I promised 5 cards. Well, hello, Judy. Good to see you. Thanks for joining me. I think you and Julia are both on the other side of the pond, as it were. That's only about 10,000 miles away. I'm so glad you could join me. Feels like you're right in my living room. Okay, so I got to stop eyeballing the chat. I'm throwing 5 cards for everybody. These are 5 cards for everybody. Whenever you're tuning in, these 5 cards are for you. Okay. Oh, well, okay, so that was the Tarot World saying you wanted 5 cards. Here you go. We just saw those 5 cards pop out. It's going to be one of those days. Awesome. So these 5 cards are for you. I'm going to try and tell a story that's going to sound uplifting and positive and make us look forward to the day and wherever we're at. Hello, Jason. Good to see you. All right. I'll be getting to that picture. First, your 5 cards. Number 1, well, it's the Empress. Is that correct? Let me throw some light on this subject here. Yeah, the Empress. We're in a good position, a position of abundance, nurturing, fertility, feminine, good parenting, development, accomplishment, growth, evolution, and action. You know, I would have to say for all the subscribers and people following along, we could talk about development and accomplishment and growth and action just based on what we did at Camp Breakaway last month. So I'm all excited about how this message is starting out. There's probably going to be like a challenge in there somewhere, but then, you know, it's going to come out to a positive message somehow. Oh, right here. There's the Tower card. See, I told you about the challenge. Well, maybe, you know, this is what we want to happen. Here we go. The Tower, sudden change, upheaval, chaos, revelation, disaster, awakening, release, and sudden insight. You know, sudden insight can really change the way you look at the world. Let's go to card number 3. All right. More exciting imagery. Shooting all our fireworks off at the beginning of the show. It's the Devil card. 3 cards from the major arcana. After all that shuffling, the Devil card, shadow self, attachment, addiction, restriction, sexuality, temptation, seduction, destructive behavior, materialism, codependency, and toxicity. Well, I would like to say that destructive behavior and materialism are part of what we cover here at STARCARD Podcast, and what happened to the previous advanced civilizations, and what about the advanced civilization that's concurrent to the one we're in here on surface planet Earth. I'm talking about the secret space programs. But meanwhile, I'm also examining the shadow self with you all, right in front of you all. And if we can all acquaint ourselves with our shadow self, or our other alters perhaps, it's going to empower us. The last thing I have to say about the devil card, it is a positive message. If you remember the story about the two people in the picture, they have chains around their necks. Their chains are very loose. They could easily just lift the chains over their heads and be free. They could let it go. So the devil card is really about the letting go. Okay, next up. All right. 9 of Swords could just represent the host insomnia, which is why I'm podcasting at early hours. But also it does represent anxiety. Well, let's read what it says on the card here. 9 of Swords, anxiety, worry, fear, depression, nightmares, insomnia, hopelessness, trauma, and despair. I know a lot of us recognize those emotions. And if you've been following along, I like to turn the 9 of Swords upside down and find these inspirational ideas, like releasing worry and hope and reaching out. Like we're all reaching out to each other here at STARCARD to share our observations and pool our positive thoughts. And finally, your 5th card, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, thanks for making this appearance. This is a big deal. This would be like if the Pope showed up at my house. It's the High Priestess, card number 2. The High Priestess, intuition, sacred knowledge, the subconscious, divine feminine, trust yourself, sensitivity, purity, high morals. Everyone should back the video up about 30 seconds so they can hear the High Priestess again, because those are all great character traits for us to emulate and focus on. And I know I'm speaking to the right audience if you're watching STARCARD Podcast. All right, those are your 5 cards. Thank you very much. Good luck to you today. And of course, I'm not done. So I'm going to quickly reorganize these cards. And I'm going to go to my notes, of course. One moment, please. But by the way, I think someone was curious about the picture. I have some postcards I got. What a surprise. 40 years ago when I was in school in London for a semester. And I believe that this is a canaletto. It shows Venice in the 1500s or 1600s, allegedly. Yeah, it's very beautiful. And I just realized, you know what? I've been enjoying these all my life. They've been sitting in my house on mantles and on shelves. And now I get to share them right here under the tarot cam. That's pretty cool. All right. And I got my organite pyramid. Oh, yeah. Where am I going? Right up top. Hang on. Sweet. All right. I'm going to be looking down here at my notes real quick. So, there are a lot of people who are watching the show who understand tarot cards. They've dabbled in tarot cards or oracle cards, and they know how it works. And they certainly know how it works better than I do. I've only started this in March. That's right. It's only been a few months for me. I haven't really consulted too many sources beyond my wonderful teacher, Matthew Mornian, and doing a lot of practice on my own. But in any case, what I'm about to do, whether you're familiar with tarot, like someone I've just described, or whether you're like me and you had no idea what tarot is about, I'm going to recapitulate here at the beginning of September how tarot works for me. And then maybe if you consider the steps that I take, it might help you to be able to do the same thing. Because all of us have the ability to channel our intuition, to request information, and to receive that information, we need to learn how to tune in. There's various ways to do it. People we call psychics can do it without cards, for example. They may not even need to close their eyes. And sometimes they can even just think the question and get an answer But one thing I have noticed from spending hours with psychics over the last couple of years is that a lot of those psychics turn inward and actually ask the question to themselves out loud. And then they hear like an echo or something on the inside that tells them their answer. So nevertheless, whether you know tarot or not, I'm going to liken this to the old days for me when I was in the classroom and the school year would start and I would teach handwriting to the class. And sometimes students would say, yo, Mr. Breakaway, we already know how to do handwriting. We did it last year. And I tell them the story about how I was in high school and in my junior year, 11th grade, had a great English teacher, and he had his specific way. He wanted us to present our bibliography and our footnotes and our margins and all that stuff. Back in the days when we didn't have word processing, we were using typewriters. Okay, that's old school. That's how I cut my teeth, right? Anyway, I mastered what that teacher asked me to do in 11th grade. And then I went to 12th grade with an equally excellent teacher. And then she said, you know what? I want you all to do it my way. And it was a different style altogether. So it was a lesson for the students I was about to teach that every year you have a new teacher and you have new expectations. But if we review the handwriting together at the beginning, we can all agree on where we're going and what we're looking at and how we're communicating. That's going to make things easier for everybody. Short story. Was it such a short story? I'm not sure. So let me check my notes. First up, I showed you card selection. By the way, that classic tarot card deck is actually one with art on it that's been around for a long, long time. There are many variations on tarot cards, but I like the fact that I'm going for the classic. That sounds like something Breakaway Ray would do. Go for the classic. Learn from the classics. Okay, and then you experiment with other kinds of tarot decks. You can let that art inspire you, but you can also reflect back on the learning you got from the original, the classic artwork. All right. The second point I want to talk about is, it's good. I mean, we are so fortunate we have the internet nowadays. I know that sounds funny to hear, but we haven't always had it. So anyway, I discovered a couple of people on the internet who do tarot cards. It turned out they're both channels. And sometimes I think they're channeling information specifically for me. You know, if they're not saying my name outright or talking about the STARCARD and events in my life, you know, anyway, so I just stick with these two people. But I also noticed that one of them does in fact ask questions out loud while she's dealing the cards, shuffling the cards. And the other one is a master of, well, she's very good at throwing tarot, but also she's read all the classics. She's read all the ancient literature from the Bible to the Upanishad. She knows about manifestation. She knows all these ancient ideas, we'll call them ancient ideas, about, you know, what reality is made up of. And what I also like about this person is that for a long time, she was there like every day. Like I could count on watching her throw some cards and saying something inspirational every day. And that's important when, you know, for everybody, when we live in a world that seems so isolated. It sounds like someone's talking to me and encouraging me and saying, you know, don't forget, you know, you're awesome. Go for it. Keep on going. You know, carpe diem. You have the world in the palm of your hands. All right. So I want to thank those two teachers of mine. I'm not going to say who they are. They have thousands of subscribers. But yeah, I don't want to like direct more subscribers their way. They're channeling information from me. I don't need to muddy the waters. So anyway, find people that work for you. So let me go now to my notes again. Okay. I did speak about speaking out loud to the tarot cards. What I wrote down before I started the program today is that, you know, you speak your intention out loud because you are, and while you're doing that, you are focusing on what you say aloud and you are tapping into your intuition. But again, when you're speaking it out loud, you're concentrating on saying what you are trying to concentrate on. Whereas maybe, you know, depending on how disciplined you are with your thinking, you know, if you're just trying to think it, you might also be thinking about several things at once. If I'm speaking it out loud, I'm concentrating on making my mouth say what it needs to say so I can communicate to the cards, and all my other thoughts are set aside. So that clarifies the connection. That's what I suppose. I'm learning as I go along here. All right. And then I think there's one more. Okay. So now I'm ready to start. So I want to, even before I started taking the class with Matthew Mournian, Mournian. I think he was a San Diego native. You can look him up. And I bet Jason H. throws his link in the chat while we're sitting here. But if you are interested in signing up for a tarot class, I should have tagged Matthew Mournian. I had no idea I was going to be bragging about him right now. But anyway, before I took my class with Matthew Mournian, which was in March, that's when it started, I got my cards. I showed up late February. And then I did that very thing. I sat there and I shuffled cards. And I said, all right, I don't want to get greedy. It's hard to read all the little answers in the book. Just give me one card, right? I should be able to throw one card and it probably means something to me. Now, I already had something going on. I was getting a lot of messages. On license plates. Like when I'm driving around and you see cars, or you park between cars and all the numbers are the same. Like one car would have a 782 on one side and there would be a 782 next to me. All that kind of stuff was going on and I couldn't help observe it. So I figured, you know what? If I throw one tarot card, I better be able to figure out what's going on and how it applies to the dynamics in my life. The dynamics, I mean energy. I'm seeing the chat really fill up. So I'm glad you're all here and I'm looking forward to seeing what you all have to say. I sure appreciate everyone's good manners in the chat and how supportive everyone is. Thank you very much. So we're going to go back down to the tarot cam and then we're going to throw one card. What's this one card about? The tarot world already knew. What's this one card all about? The tarot world already knew. I don't know if this card is for you. I don't know if it's for me, but we're going to turn over the top card here. There must be a reason why this card is on top. All right. The Seven of Pentacles. Well, one message that we might be receiving is we got a long-term view. Well, that's like, I think the tarot world might be reminding me that I left something out, which was how much work I did to learn how to do tarot. And I've already described this on Julia Anchorhaven's program and other podcasts that I've done. And anyway, the point is I was throwing tarot cards, about an hour a day or so, maybe twice a day, learning all the messages on the cards and then trying to string them all together. So it took a lot of work, but look at all the money I'm growing, as it were. Like the currency of my desire is flourishing because I practice, which is another reason why I'm enjoying this. I'm practicing tarot. Every time I throw it, it's like swimming for me. Every time I swim, I get a little bit better at swimming. I enjoy it a little bit more deeply, and certainly a little bit more passionately. Yeah, tarot cards and swimming. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. All right, so there's one card. And then again, to pursue my tarot lesson, I'm going to show you the 3-card throw, which I learned right away in Matthew Mournian's class. But besides the 3-card throw, there are many different kinds of layouts. Even the little books that come with the tarot cards make suggestions about what kind of layouts you could do. You could study your inner world, your outer world, the past, the present, and the future. And then, well, when you come right down to it, it seems like nothing is off limits. Page of Wands card, nothing is off limits. It's unlimited. So we're going to go ahead and show a 3-card throw where we're going to take our energy. We got some energy not coagulating, but really flowing right now. People are watching the show and participating, following along in the chat. So these 3 cards are for you. Thanks for tuning in. We're going to take a look at where you are at. And if you want to consider you as part of our collective or you individually, these 3 cards are for you. Because we're sharing a lot of the same energies. We're all over the planet, but we all decided to gravitate to STARCARD podcast because we're sharing the same energies. So the first card is going to be our position. What's influencing our position will be the 2nd card, and the 3rd card will suggest the path forward. I want to say thank you to the tarot world for making my tarot lessons go so smoothly this morning. This is pretty exciting. 3 cards, please, our present position, what's influencing our present position, and our path forward. Thank you. The tarot world waits like 23 hours for me to get up and get on camera again. Okay, our position, our influencing my position. Okay, that's number one. And then on right off the bottom, the path forward. Okay. So number one, our position. Sweet. The justice card. So let's just read what the justice card says, because it might connote different things for different people. Justice, fairness, truth, clarity, equality, balance, cause and effect, law. I think the words truth, clarity, cause and effect, and law all apply if we just think about how we're learning about using the tarot world as a communication and information device to, let's not forget, make contact with the spirit world that loves us and wants to send us supportive and helpful messages. Nice. What's influencing it? Yeah. All right. It's the Queen of Wands. If you're new here, let me brag. I like to say that I have a crush on the Queen of Wands. She is the zest for life lady. Let's read what it says on the card. Courage, confident, independence, focused, zest for life, determination, joy. I think I don't need to elaborate there. This is our position. This is what's influencing us. And how about a path forward? Nice. 10 of Pentacles. Ka-ching. Anyone? All right. 10 of Pentacles. Our path forward includes wealth, financial security, family, long-term success, and contribution. I don't need to elaborate. You can string together the messages that the tarot world is sending you or sending us as a group. That's pretty cool. I think that concludes my tarot lesson. Oh, yeah. All right. So if you're new here, I'm going to get a piece of paper out now, and then I'm going to write down the names of people who have requested tarot readings. We'll see what we can do. One moment, please. Hey, it's good to see everybody. So let's check out what's going on. Wow. All right. So I see number one is Julia. Number two is Judy. Number three. Oh, okay. Number two is Jason. And then Judy. You can switch numbers. We'll get you done. All right. Number three is Jason. Jason H. Okay. There, number four. No? Okay. Oh, hello, Tiffany. Hi, Arizona Raven. Oh, Sally Forth, good morning. Wow. Nice party. Okay. It's me again. Hello, how are you? New subscriber. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you so much, everybody, for subscribing. Okay, so I have down Julia, Judy, and Jason, and I didn't read everybody's messages, right? So I'm going to go ahead and throw the cards for each of you, and if you want to quickly make the chat bubble burst and tell me to focus on something, otherwise I'm not going to be able to find it in the chat. So we'll start with Julia. If you have something special, Julia, that you want to mention, drop it in there now, but we'll go to the tarot cam and throw some cards for you. The tarot world knows what you want to talk about. All right. Oh, Arizona Raven. Sweet. Let me write you down also, Arizona Raven. How wonderful. All right. All right, I'm getting it. Good. Just want to say my computer is getting a little bit warm, but I think we're going to be all right. But you'll understand if I accidentally have to end the meeting. I don't think that's going to happen. Only good things are going to happen now. Also, let me get the camera straight here. Sorry. Hang on. What's up, dude? All right. So first up, this is for Julia Anchorhaven. Excellent. Julia's across the pond. Julia is a regular. I don't know if she's familiar with the television show Cheers from the United States, about that pub in Boston, but you know, Julia can walk into Cheers and everyone will shout, Julia, because she's there all the time. Thanks a lot, Julia. Hope your foot's feeling better. These are for Julia. Okay. These are for Julia. Wow. This is for entertainment purposes only. Oh, it's really bugging me. All right, now that's just the way we're going to have to do it. All right, here we go. First up, well, I got the 8 of Cups, which is the walking away card. 8 of Cups, disappointment, abandonment, withdrawal, escapism, walking away, leaving behind. I want to focus on the mildest of the terms, maybe the word escapism. Maybe I'll turn the card over. Any more positive messages on the other side? Trying one more time. Oh, that sounds good. Indecision, aimless drifting, avoidance, fear of change, fear of loss. I like the trying one more time. Let's go to the next card. The moon. That has to do with the subconscious. Let's read what it says. Illusion, mystery, dreams, intuition, fear, anxiety, subconscious, premonitions. I bet you've already strung together what's going on. We asked about cards for Julia, and usually the first sentence recapitulates what the intention was. So, yeah, trying one more time with the subconscious. Let's see what the next sentence says. Nice. Well, you're in a good position. Here is the Empress. The Empress, abundance, nurturing, fertility, feminine, good parenting, development, accomplishment, growth, evolution, and action. Again, very comfortable position. This is like, grandma's house at the holidays. Dinner is done and the dishes are clean. And, now you just get to hang out with grandma and she can tell her stories. All right. Anybody else miss their grandmas right now? Oh, come on, Breakaway Ray. All right, I'm sorry, Julia. Here is the devil card. It's just the imagery that made me sad when I was thinking about my grandma. But not to worry, the devil is really just about letting things go. And as I said earlier, these people in the picture, they could just release what's bothering them. They could just lift the chains off of them and let it go. It's going to come out nice. Well, yeah, because it's got the Ace of Wands. And the Ace of Wands says, new project, inspiration, urge to create, willpower, desire, power, potential beginnings, new opportunities, and growth. Well, how often do we hear the story about someone who's gone through something and then they turn it into something positive? So I would agree if that is what the tarot world is suggesting. You're in a good position to take whatever challenges you've overcome and make it into magic over at your Health and Wellness podcast. Pretty heavy reading, huh? Okay, how about another one? Yay! And you're watching the STARCARD podcast, where we get a glimpse at the age of Aquarius ahead of us. And the STARCARD offers us a lot of hope and calm and faith and purpose, renewal, spirituality, fortune, a good omen, and rejuvenation. You're making your own STARCARD happen. Way to go, Julia. Right. And the King of Wands, his card basically tells me that's the big picture, but I'll go ahead and read what it says. Natural leader, visionary, entrepreneur, big picture, overcoming challenges, mature, career focused. Yeah, it's like, they're talking about your career, but that's my podcast. Anyway, finally, the King of Cups. All right. That's a sweet closing, a sweet crescendo. How lovely. King of Cups, emotionally balanced, compassion, diplomatic, control, balance, supportive leader, tolerance, and empathic. Hey, if this is what it's all going to lead to, then you might as well embody the King of Cups right now, because you're already there. The path is the path already started. You already turned all the way around into this magical master of ceremonies over on your podcast. For example, I like trying to tell a story that sounds positive and encouraging. But I bet you understand the cards even better than I tried to transcribe it aloud. Julia, thanks for always asking for me to read for you. It's always so much fun. It's very enriching. Look forward to meeting you in person someday. Next up, it's Judy. Let's see. I'm checking the chat. Cards for my new right hip. Is that right, Judy? Okay. Yeah, that's right, Jason. And the tower card didn't come up. All right, but this is for Judy. Thank you for the great messages, Tarot World. Everybody's having fun. Do you have a message for Judy and her new right hip? Anything positive and inspiring we could say to Judy to help her heal in a hurry? I don't know how much magic you do, Judy. I'm going to use the word incantations in quotation marks, but I bet that you could direct the energies that you need to help speed your healing. And I'm going to use a science fiction analogy here. If I was sitting behind the computer bank on some spaceship and I had the ability to tell a bunch of nanites where to go to repair something on the ship, that's pretty much what you can do. Speak and make it happen. Anyway, let's throw some cards to help you with your hip. Here I go. This is for Judy. Judy and her hip. Always get that top card. Whoa. Judy and her right hip. Just for Judy and her right hip. For Judy. Here we go. This is for entertainment purposes only. Dr. Ray is just a nickname. I'm not really a doctor. Here I go. Wow. Seven of Cups. There's a lot to look at. Let me see the whole sentence first. Well, and then, of course, there's some disappointment. That's what the Five of Cups tells us. Looks like he's looking to his right. Right? The right hip. So the Nine of Cups is the wish come true card. And that may look like unusual, but then I gave it a moment of thought, and I'm all, when I hear about people nowadays, when they get new hips, it's like they got a new life. So, I know you must be disappointed and there must be a lot of pain, but I know that with the medical practices that we know about today, sometimes it's quite promising. It's certainly more promising than it was 30 years ago. Anyway, you'll be playing pickleball again in no time. Let's go to the next card, see what I'm doing here. Well, yeah, you'll be back playing pickleball in no time. I don't know if you're a pickleball player. These guys got the wrong paddles. It's the Five of Wands. Now, I'm going to go ahead and read the cards, but, my initial observation is, there's a lot to look at. You probably have to get more than one observation from a doctor just to confirm, everything was right. It's got to be a bummer that, you need to go through all this. Nevertheless, it could change your life for the better. And I think you wouldn't want to mix it up with these guys unless you were bionic and ready to go at them. And I think the spirit world needs you out there. So, again, I think you already have like an insurance program that's in the astral world. You're covered. You're on the right path. Look at that. I ought to just quit while I'm ahead, but we got 3 more cards. Come on, tell us some more for Judy. Yay, the Ace of Cups. It's like a wedding ceremony. Ace of Cups, love, compassion, creativity, new feelings, spirituality, intuition, new baby, proposal, and marriage. So the new feelings, it's going to feel like a new life. It's going to feel like a new you. But we're really focusing on the outcome here. It's going to take some time in therapy, says the 7 of Pentacles. But I got my fingers crossed that therapy is going to go quickly because, again, you're going to use your magic. You're going to use your astral power to request help. And plus, people are already watching out for you. So let's see what this last card is. Yeah, you'll be at a new crossroads. It'll be a new life for you, says the 2 of Swords. Let me read to you the 7 of Pentacles and 2 of Swords. Did I skip over those? Okay, so 7 of Cups, opportunities. So the whole thing could be an opportunity, couldn't it, to renew and refurbish your life? Because we're going to take this card, turn it upside down. We can accept it. We can move on. Yeah, from this personal setback. We can move on from that health problem because it's going to be a wish come true. You'll be back in the arena in no time. It'll feel like a new life. You'll have to do a little bit of therapy, but there's a lot of work for you to do because you got a new road to follow. All right. Sounds good to me. Hope that helps you, Judy. Wishing you a speedy recovery. Next up is my man, Jason H. All right, Jason, if there's if Jason, if you got like something you want me to pop in there for you for the tarot world, otherwise the tarot world already knows what you want to talk about. Yeah, you are welcome, Judy. And how fantastic, you're a dancer. Yeah, now maybe you'll be a bionic dancer. What was that guy's name in that show? Steve Armstrong? Was that the guy, the astronaut? Okay. Oh, career for Jason. Got it. Okay. Oh, I see you, Sally. I will write you down in a minute. All right, Jason, the career. I want to thank you again, Jason, for showing up. I appreciate your support. It means a lot to me. All right, so this is for Jason. Thank you, Tarot World, for all the wonderful messages. Could you please help our friend Jason? Give us a little peek at his career. This is for Jason. Please show us what we need to see. Please tell us what we need to hear to help Jason. What's up with Jason's career? Can you show us a timeline? Yeah, I know he really probably wants to just see how it ends, but got to know where it comes from first. So, but this is for Jason and his career. Jason, this is for Jason. Okay, that's going to be a good one. I have not seen the card. That's a hot one. Yeah, all right. All right, here we go, Jason. This is for entertainment purposes only. But wouldn't it be cool if you got a head start and you got a sneak peek and it helps you out? The Sun card says, all is well. Yeah, where did my magnifying glass go? There it is. Let's read. Look, this baby looks like he's at Lollapalooza. Look at how much fun he's having. All right, the Sun card. Positivity, pleasure, happiness, vitality, fun, joy, warmth, celebration, success, rebirth. All is well. Wow, sweet. Nice. Queen of Pentacles. Nurturing, practical, providing financially, a working parent. We're talking about your career. I don't know what you see so far. The tarot world says everything's groovy. Next. It's the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups, compassion, comfort, calm, nurturing, healing, emotionally stable, intuitive, and caring. All right, you got two queens. I don't know how close you live to Las Vegas or Atlantic City, but you're rocking it so far. I also want to say one thing we discovered last month. It was just like last weekend. We did a teacher appreciation throw, and these two cards showed up next to each other when we were talking about teacher appreciation, because it was the Queen of Wands. Nevertheless, you got two queens. But yeah, the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Cups, that would be school teacher. Queen of Pentacles and Queen of Cups, just great energies. This lady is practical, and this lady is emotionally balanced. Okay, next up, there we go. And then there's the King of Cups. And the King of Cups, again, Vegas cards here. King of Cups, emotionally balanced, compassion, diplomatic, control, balance, supportive leader, tolerance, empathic. What I hear with the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups is the compassion and the emotionally balanced part, and the diplomacy and the good leadership. What is the name of that actor? He played the president. He's African American. He's completely even keel all the time, and he's got the voice of God. So, but the whole point is he's very even keel. You would want him to be president. Morgan Freeman, that's who it is. You would want Morgan Freeman to be president just because he's cool-headed. And that might be like a clue to promotion, for example. Use your ability to be compassionate and empathic and understand where people are coming from to help get the job done. Again, it sounds like that's something you already do if you're in the performing arts or the TV industry or something like that, putting on a show all the time. Anyway, we got a lot of cards to share with you here, Jason. Let's get some more done. Next up, okay, two queens, two kings. Why not show off? You're doing great. Let's not use up all the good cards at the beginning here. King of Pentacles, wealth, business, leadership, security, discipline, abundance, prosperity, generosity. If you show qualities of the Queen of Pentacles being practical and the King and Queen of Cups being emotionally balanced, okay, guess what follows? It's the King of Pentacles. Oh my, wow. The King of Wands. Someone's going to clip this video and repost it for you, Jason. So let's get the cards so the people could see them better. This is awesome. All right. Queen, Queen, King, King, King. Let's get the King of Wands. Natural leader, visionary, entrepreneur, big picture, overcoming challenges, mature, career focused. While I was reading that, naturally, I think a little bit about my own situation. And I wonder, Breakaway Ray, what was that 33 years in the classroom all about? And then I realized, it was to shape me for what I was going to do next. So I don't know what's going on with you, Jason. You certainly got a lot of great vibes going here. But you know what? It may not be the end of the road, and things could change because you show these qualities of character with a capital C. And let's see what the tarot world wants to say here in the last row. All right, the Four of Pentacles, basically talking about holding on to money. So I would be frugal, hold on to money, don't spend unnecessarily. Saving money, security, conservation, scarcity, control, and frugality. That goes along with that idea of the second gig, the side gig. All right. But yeah, why not be the magician while you're collecting all your kings and queens and starting off with the sun card there? You got the magician card. Real fireworks today. Action, creation, manifestation, power, self-confidence, clarity, willpower, skill, creativity. Pretty much you could do whatever you want now. That's if all these guys are lined up for you, and you can make any magic you want to happen. So write down your intentions and then start looking for steps to take to get there. This looks easy. Sweet. Da-na-na-na-na-na. Charge. It's the King of Wands. Sorry, the Knight of Wands. It's the Knight of Wands. And he says energy, passionate, inspired action, adventure, fearless, impulsiveness. Yo, Jason, that was a crazy throw. So thank you very much for inviting me to throw. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Good luck. All right. So, yeah, while I'm on fire, I see a lot of people are asking for readings. Awesome. We're going to get to Arizona Raven in a minute, but I remember that I saw Tiffany ask for a reading and Sally Forth. Okay. And I know you won't mind if you give me a minute. I need to take a drink of my tea. Excellent. I should have put that on mute. All right. Now, I want to adjust the camera one more time here. That's better. I'll deal with that. So next up, it's Arizona Raven, Rob Khalil's longtime friend. What an honor. Thanks for joining me today. All right. Rob is so good to me. I wouldn't know anything about tarot if it wasn't for Rob. All right, so great, Arizona Raven. If there's something you want me to focus on, otherwise the cards know what I need to tell you. So let's shuffle them right now for Arizona Raven. This is for Arizona Raven. Thank you for all the great messages. That was a fun throw for Jason. Yeah, you want to follow that one up? Who wants to follow that one? These are for Arizona Raven. Please show us what we need to see. Please tell us what we need to hear to help Arizona Raven. Please show us what we need to see. Please tell us what we need to hear to help Arizona Raven. This is for Arizona Raven. So again, I'm not looking at the chat, ladies and gentlemen. I know I'm having fun telling the stories, but I don't know how accurate I am. This is for entertainment purposes only. If you're here, you're being entertained. That's awesome. These are for Arizona Raven. Let you tune in to listen to a guy on the internet throwing cards. Okay. Well, it's a lot of fun. Here we go. And we'll throw a dessert card for Arizona Raven. So after all the message, a special one for you. Thank you. Yeah, fix this light. That's a little bit better. Here we go. How wonderful. Well, I'm not surprised. It's the Empress. Have we seen this card a bunch of times today? Showing up at the top of the deck. The Empress, abundance, nurturing, fertility, feminine, good parenting, development, accomplishment, growth, evolution, and action. I feel like that's an energy she has shared with Rob K, but I also feel like Rob is not the only recipient. You make everyone feel comfortable, Arizona Raven. You care about people. Well, the tarot world says, Six of Swords, you are being guided into calmer waters from rougher waters. You're being guided by a divine hand. Next up, Temperance. I suppose that represents the calmness that you show and how balanced you are, but let's read what it says right on the card, Temperance. Let's go back down here again. Yes, come on. All right, Temperance. Balance, harmony, moderation, patience, being sensible, purpose, and finding meaning. You're in a comfortable spot to move into calmer waters and find balance and harmony. Next up, wonderful. It's the Hierophant. He is the learned man. Let's read what it says on the card. Institutions, tradition, religion, society and its rules, social approval, conformity, forgiveness, bonded, mercy, wisdom, and trust. Forgiveness rings out loud when I read those words out loud. Well, the Seven of Wands indicates that there is a challenge. Let's read what it says on the card. Challenge, competition, protection, perseverance, defense, maintaining control. Maintaining control based on what you have learned, whether it's in a textbook or on the streets, quote unquote, nothing I would know anything about. So there's a challenge. Next card says, wonderful. There she is, the Queen of Wands. There's a zest for life here. The Queen of Wands, courage, confident, independence, focused, zest for life, determination, joy. Wow, I like the courage, confident, and independence part. Yeah, right, great. Because you're going to be courageous and independent because you just got the Queen of Swords who says, you were right. So you learned something. And even though someone's going to like say, you know, they're going to gaslight you and say, you don't know what you're talking about. You're going to say, no, I do know what I'm talking about. And I'm going to stand my ground because I'm right. And everybody knows it. Short story. That sounds pretty dramatic. That sounds almost like a TV show sitcom script there. But congratulations for standing your ground. The astral world says you're right. Okay. And so here is a final card for you, Arizona Raven. The Knight of Wands. Da-na-na-na-na-na. Charge. I got it right this time. The Knight of Wands. Energy, passionate, inspired action, adventure, fearless. I'll just stop there. Anyway, I'm going to read the chat after the show, but I hope that that was a fun story to listen to and it helps you see what's going on in your life. Maybe none of it's going on, and it was just a fun story, but it helps you become aware of what's really going on in your life when you measure it against my cards. But anyway, oh yeah, thank you, Arizona Raven. I do see all those great comments. So yeah, I'm on target. I love it. Makes me want to keep on going another couple of hours. I'm going to burn out my computer. Bring it. So anyway, next up, it's Tiffany. What a hardworking student she is. Dedicated, tuning in to Typical Skeptic podcast while she's studying. That's some serious multitasking there. Yeah, nice, Arizona Raven. Cool. And thank you, Sally Forth. I like to think so too, especially when I look in the mirror. All right. Anyway, these cards are for Tiffany. Tiffany, who used to be in California. All right. Thank you, Tarot World, for the great messages. How about some inspiring words for Tiffany? Can we pass on any news to her from Breakaway Ray? You use me as a channel. What should we tell Tiffany? All right. These are going to be for Tiffany. These cards are for Tiffany. These cards are for Tiffany. What does Tiffany need to hear? Please show us what Tiffany needs to hear. What's going on with Tiffany? All right. Well, that was so simple. Just put it right in front of me. Here we go. Here we go, Tiffany. This will be something to laugh about all day when you're in class. People are going to wonder what you're smiling about. Anyway, here comes the Wheel of Fortune card. Good luck, karma, life cycles, destiny, turning point, change, inevitable fate, ups and downs, unpredictable. And the Eight of Wands, which indicates speed and flight and travel. It feels like something fortunate could be coming your way in a hurry. Well, that would be a helpful thing to hear about. Thank you, Tarot World. Come on, keep it going. All right, the Five of Swords. It is my privilege, and I am still sad to read to you what it says on the Five of Swords. Conflict, disagreements, competition, defeat, winning at all costs, sneakiness, bullies, theft, abusive relationships. To be foretold is to be forewarned. Is that the old expression? I'm gonna have to look that up later. Like if it's actually like a blessing to hear. You know what? Keep an eye out. Something's going on. Or be aware of that there's a conflict. Don't be drawn into a conflict and not realize you're not in a conflict, but this other person is in a conflict. If that's not too confusing. Oh, sweet. There's the World card, which indicates completion. Oh, this could be very good. There's the end of a conflict coming. Nice. Let me read you what it says on the World card. Completion, accomplishment, wholeness, attainment, fulfillment, travel, celebration of life, arriving. All right. And the Chariot. Rock on. It's the Chariot. Just keep it moving. But I'll read you what it says on the card here. Movement, progress, action, integration, determination, willpower, control, direction, departure, and courage. Well, I'll let those words sink in a moment, and then I'm going to turn it into cartoon Saturday morning. Here I go. Not to diminish the message. It's a very beautiful message, but remember those kids that, we're always talking trash in high school? Well, they're not part of your life anymore. That's all over. So keep on moving forward to your new path. And I know you have a very good view, a very good perspective on where you want to go. I know that both as a 3D person, Tiffany, and also as a spirit, because I think you shared with us that you want to learn more about divination. So anyway, let's see what these last two cards have to say for Tiffany here. Yeah, the Ace of Wands says there's magic in the air. You're creating the magic. New project, inspiration, urge to create, willpower, desire, power, potential beginnings, new opportunities, and growth. Yeah, it's almost like you already graduated. Maybe you're working on postgraduate now, both in the university system and also in the astral system. And then finally, the Death card indicates that there's going to be a change and that there's endings and beginnings. So just like that little high school example, all that stuff was kid stuff, right? For sure, when you move on, probably pretty soon, in a fortunate way, it's all because of fate in the first place, you're going to transform. Congratulations, Tiffany, and thanks for inviting us along for the ride. We all wish you luck. Could be a slow process. Took me about 55 years. I'm teasing. I'm not even sure I'm done. Next up, it's Sally Forth. These cards are for Sally Forth. Thank you for joining us again, Sally Forth. We really have some great participators over from the Typical Skeptic podcast here at STARCARD podcast. You guys make it a lot of fun. Thanks a lot. These are for Sally Forth. Please show us what we need to see. Please tell us what we need to hear to help Sally Forth. Thank you. These cards are for Sally Forth. These cards are for Sally Forth. For Sally. These cards are for Sally Forth. Okay. Sally Forth. These are for Sally Forth. There we go. Whoa, okay. All right. All right, this is going to be fun. Again, get the cards right in front of me here. Kind of see them better. These are for Sally Forth. The Ten of Swords says it's the end of a painful episode. That's good news. And the Strength card shows up. So it must have been the end of a really painful episode. Or you're in a position now where you're stronger. Whatever didn't kill you made you stronger. You got friends in the spirit world. Like, look at this lady hanging out with a lion. That would be dangerous. That kind of is like an analog. You got strength and friends in high places. And there's public recognition of it. Or, I mean, that's what the Six of Wands says. It's public recognition. But we were just talking about how, you're able to use astral powers. And here is a guy, again, riding a horse, but that doesn't even look like a horse, right? It's like part horse and part jellyfish because of the outfit they put on the horse there. So, it's a mystical looking animal. Anyway, it doesn't look like you're on this road alone. You have people alongside you, and someone's carrying you in that direction. After this painful episode that ended. Okay, great. Next row. The Ace of Swords. That's the truth. The Four of Wands. There's a homecoming. And the Four of Cups. Maybe we need to be reminded about gratitude, being grateful for everything. Let me double check here. Ace of Swords. Mental clarity, breakthroughs, new ideas, success, sharp mind, new conflict, surgery. And Four of Wands, homecoming, celebration, joy, harmony, marriage, home and community. And then the Four of Cups, meditation, contemplation, apathy, reevaluation, disconnected. I don't know if you had to stay home because you had an illness. They mentioned surgery over here and homecoming. If that doesn't apply, I do see that there's a lot of truth here. And maybe the truth is coming home to everybody. And I wouldn't worry about being disconnected. Like maybe you don't see what's fair right now. You don't see the justice. You're focusing a little bit on the imbalance, but it's all right there. At least in the astral world, the truth is recognized. So this is like small potatoes. Anyway, let's go to the last sentence, Sally Forth. I'm sure you can make better sense of the cards than I can. So after this experience, this end of a painful episode, we go to the Nine of Wands. And now, you're the wiser person. Also, you show courage, persistence, resilience, and boundaries. Right. That's going to help and serve as you go on through life, even if there's more of these heartaches. The Three of Swords is a heartache. Heartbreak, suffering, grief, emotional pain, sorrow, hurt, divorce, loss, and depression. Yeah, you've been there before. These guys are small potatoes here. The truth is on your side. Everybody recognizes it. It's the end of a painful episode. We can forget about it. Come on, Tarot World. Yeah. The Queen of Swords is my card that says you were right. And I think that's like a message to me that I was singing the right song there for you, Sally Forth. But I'll read the card anyway. Unbiased judgment, independent, clear boundaries, direct communication, clear-minded and perceptive. And then finally, the Knight of Pentacles. Great. hard work, productivity, routine, conservation, efficiency, and responsibility. So you're in a good position to deal with problems like this because you've seen it before. That's the truth. And look at the position you're in. You're like this guy over here. Uh-oh, I don't know what's going on. Hey, I'm gonna have to come back up here. I will take care of my cards in a moment. So I want to thank everybody for stopping in. I'm gonna have to close up shop right now. And I invite you to hit the notification button and keep an eye on the post section at STARCARD Podcast. If you like my show, if you want to request a reading, I'm sorry if I didn't get to your reading today, but I'm concerned that my computer might be acting up. And I also know that I got some other stuff going on. Nevertheless, it was so much fun. And I'm going to relish this hour till the next time I get to join you. So let's see if I can remember my new line here. Yeah, you know, as you go through your day, don't forget to look up at the sky and see your own star. Have a great day. I'm Breakaway Ray. Thank you very much. Thank you.